friends, happy Monday. So here we are at Number Corner. So this is how it's going to look every day. So you will have a Number Corner Monday through Friday, and we will work on this together every day. So we already started our pattern here at school. So I want you to think about what you already noticed. We have one whole cookie. We have half a cookie, 2 halves. And then we went to a fourth. And as you can see, we have one word, chomp, for our whole cookie. And then we have gulp, gulp for 2 of our halves. And then we have 4 words for our fourth. So I want you to think about, I'm going to flip the Saturday because today is Monday. So Saturday we're back at, what is this again? This is a whole sandwich. What do you think's underneath for Sunday? Chomp, look at that. Do you notice something? Now I want you to think about today. It is Monday. So what is underneath the square? Look at our pattern. I'll give you just a couple seconds to think about it. What do you think is under there? So I bet some of you said you think it's going to be a sandwich. You're correct. Do you think it's going to be a whole sandwich, half, or a fourth? Which one? Good, it is a half. So I am going to write our date. So remember, it's November, so it's 11 dash, what number is it? 9, good job. And our year stays the same, so we are still in 2020. So today is Monday, November 9th, 2020. So looking at our calendar, is this a whole, a half, or a fourth? What should I write down? Good, it is a half. Remember, we had a whole on Saturday. And then we're going to move over to our date. So be careful because this day was from Friday. So what would be today? 11 dash what? What is today? Good, it is the 9th. And again, we keep our 11 for our month. Our 9 changes because that's our day and our year stays the same. So it's November 9th, 2020. I'm going to move the computer over just a little bit so you can see. I want you to take a look at our days in school. I am going to put another X. And I want you to take a look and think about how many days in school. I'm going to bring it a little bit closer so you can see our chart. What is today? So take a look. What do you notice? I'm hearing a lot of you say 48. You are correct, but how did you get that? How do you know? Let's talk about some math equations that you could use to get to 48. What did you do? So I noticed right away that I have 4 groups of 10. So what is 4 groups of 10? So use your fingers, count with me. 10, 20, 30, 40. How many extra ones? So 40 plus, well, Mrs. Owen right away sees that there's a group of 5 and 3 more, and I know that 5 and 3 is 8. So 40 plus 8 equals 48. I want you to think of a different math equation. Did you do something different? We could go by tens. 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. There's our 4 groups of 10. And 8 more equals 48. I want you to only use half of the chart. See if you can come up with a subtraction problem. We're going to put 50 because we're going to use half of our hundreds chart, which is 50. And I want you to think of a subtraction problem, get to 48. 50 take away how many? Equals 48. So I'll bring it a little bit closer. It might be hard to see. So we're using only half. So 50 take away how many? 2. Good job. 50 take away 2 would be 48. Way to go, first graders. What I want you to do now is in your math tool bag that I gave you, you should have a clock that looks like this. Some of you, it might look a little bit different, but some, it looks just like this one. Go and grab your clock. So right now you can just pause the video, get your clock, and we are going to look at our clocks together and see what we notice. All right, so you should be looking at your own clock. I want you to tell me what you notice, or think about it in your mind. What do you notice? Well, I noticed right away there's 2 hands. We have a big hand and a small hand. I also noticed that we have numbers 1 all the way to 12. Do you notice anything else? Good. So now what I want you to do is put your big hand on the 12 and move your little hand to the 3. So it should look just like mine or on yours. Yours might look like this. So put your big hand at the 12 and little hand, which is your blue hand, at the 3. I want you to think about what time could that be? Is there a number that you see there that it could be? So if our big hand is at the 12, it is always the top of the hour. So this would be 3 o'clock because it's at the 3, your little hand, and the big hand is at the 12. What if we move the little hand to the 4? I want you to do that. Move the little hand to the 4. So our big hand stays the same. What time would that be? If you have your expo marker, you can write it down. It would be 4 o'clock. Good job. So remember, if it's at the 12, it's always the top of the hour, so it's 00. So it's 4 o'clock. What about if I move my little hand all the way to the 8? So remember, my big hand is staying the same. My little hand is at the 8. What time is it now? Think about it. So it'd be 8 o'clock. We are going to work more with clocks as the week goes on, but that is all for Number Corner today. I will see you all later on Seesaw.